everyone. Right, this is I was tagged quite a while ago by Anne. That's my friend Anne in Norway, and that's xannero1. I'm really sorry, Anne, that it's taken me so long to do this, but I have been extremely busy. But I've come up with 10 tips to help you, and that's what her tag was all about. It's 10 tips to help you, share your tips and tricks and things like that with other crafters. And I've done lots and lots of videos on tips, but I'm going to just run through some of them that may have been forgotten because they're in old videos. Let's start with the first one. Number 1, Stickles. I know a lot of people can't afford Stickles, but you can make your own. So some of the things I'm going to show you and some of the things I'm not. What you need to do when you're making your own is you need children's clear glue. You know the clear glue that you can get? The old-fashioned glue we had, it was just clear glue. And then you need iridescent or holographic glitter, very fine glitter. And if you mix the two together, pop it in a bottle or something, get an empty bottle, Stickles or something, even a medicine bottle that you can add it to, and then you can dip your brush in and paint with it if you've not got one of these with a fine tip. Mix the two together and you've got your instant Stickles, and you can paint that on anything. You will find that we're using the clear glue, that your glitter will actually sink to the bottom, but that's nothing. Just give it a really good shape before you use it, and there you go, you've got your own Stickles. And you can do that with any colour, but iridescent if you want the really glittery shiny one. That's the best one to use. So I'm just going to mark these off as I do them. Stick pin points. Well, I've just given this tip again. If you've got old earrings, or you're going to car boots and that, and you manage to pick up jewellery, keep the backs of the earrings. When I can find the one I'm after now. Where is it? Here we are. Because I don't generally use the flat back ones, but this little pointy one, I hope you can see this one, like a little bell shape. These are ideal for your stick pins, because when you send stick pins out in the post, you are by law supposed to keep things safe and stop anybody getting injured. And I've received the odd thing parcel, like when I bought some of the stick pins from eBay. They came without caps, and it was really dangerous. One had actually been sticking out of the packet. So I would advise you to do the right thing and use spare earrings. You can buy these on their own on eBay, or if you're collecting jewellery and things like that, use those. Okay, they're much safer to use. So that's another tip. Right, food colouring. To make your own spray. If you want to make your own spray, you can use food colouring. All you do is concentrate like a juice, just water it down, and you've got instant spray. If you want to add anything to it, you can use mica powder. Now, I know people saying, oh, well, I can't afford mica powder. No, not everybody can, and I agree. So what you can do is, if you've any old eyeshadows that's quite glittery or quite, as long as it's really fine, you just scrape it, even if it's a compact eyeshadow, scrape it off till it becomes powdery. Grind it down, back of a spoon will do in a dish, something like that, till it's as fine as you can get it, and then add that to your food colouring, and you've instant sprays to use on your projects. So that's that one. I would advise anyone, including the Stickles, if you make your own Stickles, once you've done your project, use Hairspray. Hairspray is a very good sealant. So, well, that's another tip, so with 11. Yeah, Hairspray is a very, very good sealant for a lot of things. So I want to make sure I don't forget that. And if you, like I say, if you're making your own Stickles and your own food colouring, just spray it over with Hairspray and it will seal it in. Glue. For a really good, strong glue, and I'm sure many of you will remember, when we were in school, or home, when we were kids, that's what we used, was our own homemade glue, and we made that from plain flour and water. And once you've got that into like a paste, you can glue anything with it, and I tell you, it lasts. So if you can't afford a good strong glue, go out and make your own. You might as well. It's just the same. Another one for colouring, for edging and things like that, is boot polish. Now, you can get black, you can get brown, you can get all different colours these days. And that's really, really good, because it's like a paste, isn't it? Take some of the boot polish, add it to a dish, slowly just add drops of water to make it into a liquid. And again, you can either use it so you've watered it right down and you've got yourself another spray colour, or you can use it with a sponge and just drop that onto a piece of foam. Just pour it onto a piece of foam, and then get your inker, dab it on, and then you can use that as an edge in your projects and things like that. You can use it anywhere. So that's just another tip, and that's boot polish. Hot glue gun. Right, for hot glue, what you can do, let me just, I'll see if I can do this one. Take your mould. I'm not sure if it's been on enough. Let's see. Now try and get this in all the nooks and crannies in your mould. Okay, and that's all you do, is you drop this in. Just keep going, give it a little shake. Any mould will do. Yes, you will use quite a bit of the glue sticks, but you know, so what? If you want to use them to make your moulds, easy. Once you've done that, we're going to leave that to set for a minute while we continue with these. And they will paint. You can do all sorts with them afterwards. So you can use your hot glue to make, you know, I mean, you can actually use your hot glue if you get, let's see, if you've got a piece of jewellery, take some, you know, like cellophane, rub some Vaseline or petroleum jelly, you might know it as, over your project, over the item you want to make a mould of. Put the cellophane over that and make sure it's pressed into all the nooks and crannies, and then pour over the glue. You have to make sure you've got it in a container somewhere. Pour over the glue, and then when it's set, peel that off, and you end up with your own mould, so you can make this outer case. And when you've done that, then you can then use that again to make yourself, for if you've got plaster of Paris or something like that, to go inside of that when you're making your moulds. So you can do the outer casing, the mould itself, and the actual project embellishment, or whatever you want to do with them. So that's another one. If you can cut circles, inch circles, or however big you want, if you're making buttons or you need a button for a project, make your own. Cut your card out, use I don't know, a spike or a crocodile or something like that to put the buttonholes in, and you've instant buttons yourself. And what I've done, and you will see that on the videos, I've also covered mine with paper, nice vintage paper, put the holes in afterwards, and I've got some glossy accents, poured that over just to seal them and make them, you know, ridged a little bit, and you've got instant buttons. So there, you don't need to buy them and pay a fortune out. Make your own. And then, like I've done here, is I've used the round cutout inch disc just to put on the top of my bottles so that I know what colour it looks like, because sometimes they don't look the same in the bottle as they do out of the bottle. So that's another tip. Same time as that, spray, whatever sprays you've got. See, I do this, that's Mango Blaze, that one. So all my sprays I have like that, and I just cut an oval and then just write on the back Rich Gold or whatever they are, And it's just so easy. It's a lot easier to actually see it. That's red firefly. A lot easier just to see it in person, what it looks like on a fairly big area. So, you know, and then I just, one of the rings, bookbinding rings, and then I just keep that in the drawer so that I've always got it there. And if I'm not quite sure what a colour looks like, I just take a look at it and think, yeah, that'll do for the project that I'm working on. So that's another one. Miniature glasses. Now, yeah, let me just see. I'll get the wire, because if I can move for my dogs. Just mind a minute, sweethearts. Let Mummy get through. Budge, 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 budge. I'm just going to get some wire. Because they are a pain. Hang on a minute, and get a bit of wire. That will flex. Yeah, that one will do. Oh. It's like an obstacle course. 8 legs floating about all over the place. Right, here we are. So, if you want to make your own glasses, because they are expensive, if you do miniatures, or you've bought them before, you will know that they are expensive. So you need to cut yourself. I always cut myself about 6 inches when I can find my cutters. There we go. Right. And then what we do, you need, now let me just see. Right. Yeah, I'm going to cut it again. You need 2 pieces, but about the same length, of course. Okay. So I'm just going to make the glasses. And all you do is you do one in the centre, you do like a twist. Okay, so just hook it over and twist. Now this is too thick, this wire, but I'm showing you a large set. Then all you do with that is you will then get a pencil, or I don't know, you can have a pencil because they can be different shaped. Push the pencil or pen right in, do that, right, and then you're going to do a twist. Now I'm going to have to find my plier things, like that. Okay, and we just twist that around. Take the pencil out, put it in the opposite side, like that. Again, you need to twist, like that. So let me undo it a little bit. I've tightened it too much, just a touch. That's it. Get the pencil out. Just pull the pencil out, like that. I mean, obviously you're going to do them a little bit better than mine. And like I said, just twist it again, and a little bit more. That's it. Okay. Let's just push that back in a little bit. There we go. Just to get the shape back. And then you can bend them back like that. And what I would do is then snip off the little bit you don't need. Oops, that went everywhere, but where it should have done. Hold on to it. So you've got your glasses. I mean, obviously you will bend them a little bit better than I've done here. I'm just trying to show you. Okay. Bend them back. You work it out and fiddle about with them until you've got them right. And then just make sure that they are the same length. Mine are a little bit long, so cut them however you need them. And then just hook them over. Kind of like lift them up slightly at the back, so they're up. And then just hook them over. Like that. And you've made yourself a pair of glasses. I mean, like I said, I'm using the wrong wire. Yeah, mine's quite stiff, this wire. But you just do one slight twist in the middle, or 2 twists there, and then wrap them around a pencil, and you'll end up with what you need. So that's just a little tip for you. Not quite straight, that one, but that will make you some glasses. And they are quite expensive to buy. Doing it this way, you get them the size you want and however you want them to look. So, let's have a look. That is that one. And like I said, Hairspray. Now, Hairspray's got a really good use in crafting. If you are decorating glass, you can find often that paint won't stick to it, Mod Podge won't stick to it, plaster of Paris won't stick to it properly. So what you do is you spray the whole glass bottle or glass jar with Hairspray. Let that dry, and I would then go ahead and spray it again. And it kind of like dulls the glass, but it gives it a coat that things will stick to it. Paint will, as long as you're not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with paint, a really quick coat over it, and then you can go back and do it again, and take your time doing it. So that's really, really good, is paint. Now, how to get paint to stick to a bottle or a jar, that's what I'm saying, to glass, or even mirrors, do the same thing, spray it with Hairspray. So that's really, and then if you're using glitter, as a, you know, on a card for Christmas or something like that, again, when you finish using the glitter, if it's loose glitter, spray it, and then it stops all them little flaky bits coming off. So really good tip for Hairspray there. Now, we've let this set, and I've now got a beautiful cameo that I can paint and colour and add to my projects made from glue. And it's just as, you know, it's flexible, so it's good, and it's just as good as anything else. All you do with that is, when I can find my little scissors, is go around the edge and just trim all your edging up. That's all you need to do. Can you hear my dog snoring? They're at the back of me now snoring. So yeah, that's my tips and tricks. I could go on. If you go onto my channel, type in tips, tricks, jennings644, you'll get a lot more than that up. But sorry, Anne, that it took me so long to do it, sweetheart. I really do apologise, and I hope that's what you wanted. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye for now.